Greetings and welcome, students, to the final lesson of Module 2, 2.3, Applying Integer Operations. Today's learning goal, students will learn to use integer operations to solve real-world problems. That's right, today you will use the order of operations to simplify an expression with more than two integers. Working from left to right, combine integers with multiplication and division first, then addition and subtraction. So for tonight's homework, you're actually going to only see the integers in that order, the operations in that order from left to right, multiplication and then addition, multiplication, division, and then addition to subtraction. But it's not always going to be perfect like that, so just be aware of that. Okay, don't forget the rules for adding and subtracting and multiplication and division that you've been using from modules 1 and 2. Those are those puffy, colorful cloud bubbles that you see with the sign rules for multiplication and division. You're going to need them today. So don't forget to use the for. No, we're not using the force. Using the order. Use the order of operations, my young Padawans. Let's look at our first example. Example 1, we're going to use orange today. Simplify negative 6 times 13 minus 21. Of course, here when you see parentheses, that means multiplication, and we have subtraction. So which one do we do first? Multiplication. The multiplication here is between a negative and a positive. Therefore, our product will be negative. Take care of the signs first. If you deal with the signs are where you guys are going to get mixed up the most. So deal with the signs first and then do the operations. Now it's just a matter of simply doing 16 times 13, which of course, as we all know, would be, I think that's 78. You can check your work with a calculator. I'm going to bring this down as a negative just to save us the time of doing the keep, change rule. I would advise you do the same. Anytime you have subtraction here, just in this step, change it to addition. So I guess we are doing the keep, change rule. We're just doing it in one fell swoop. Here we have addition. Why? Because the signs are the same. We're adding two negative integers, and when you add two negative numbers, their sum is negative. Yes, you get a bigger negative. Now you just have to worry about adding. 8 plus 1 is 9. 7 plus 2 is also 9. So negative 99 is our answer. Woo-hoo! Simplify. The root word of simplify, of course, is simple. And that's what this was. Let's look at a couple of more examples. Example number 2. All right, we have division and we have addition. Which one do we want to do first, students? Division. Good. I'm glad you guys were listening, because otherwise I would have to go back and this video would be like 10 minutes long. Okay, a negative divided by a positive will give us a negative quotient. So again, we're taking care of the sign first. 12 divided by 2, that's the easy part. It's just 2. Bring down the plus 2 and start again. Here we have opposite signs. We're going to subtract. However, you may notice that the absolute value for these two integers is the same. We are going to be using the additive inverse rule here. Additive inverse. That's the word I forgot. Inverse. That means when the absolute value of your two integers are the same, but their signs are opposite because we have a negative and a positive, they will cancel each other out. There's a lot of special rules that involve zero. The additive inverse means when you have two integers that have the same absolute value but opposite signs, they will have a difference of 0. So we have 0 here, a little bit of a tricky one, but not too tricky. Let's look at example number 3. Here again, we have division. Again, it's not very creative, these example problems. They did division first. Sorry for the spoiler. But yeah, we're going to always divide first. Here we have a negative divided by a negative, meaning our quotient will be positive. Hooray, a positive quotient for once. And then we just have to worry about 87 divided by 3, which of course 3 goes into 80 20 times with a remainder of 2, and that means 3 goes into 27. Mr. Marina, how did you do that? How did you do that? Mental math. Don't try to do that. Use a calculator, use your multiplication table. I have years of training and experience on my side. I know what I'm doing. Okay, here we have a difference because we're subtracting. It's going to be a positive difference because 29 has the greater absolute value, and 29 minus 9 will give us 20. So if you guessed 20, good for you. I'm impressed. All right, let's look at example number 4. Here we have a division again first, a positive divided by a negative, which will give us a negative quotient. 40 divided by 5, oh, that's a nice easy one, 8. We're going to bring down the 30 and do this again. We have subtraction here because we have integers with opposite signs. Our difference will be positive because 30 has the greater absolute value, and 30 minus 8 will give us 22. Our difference is 22. Whew, man, we're moving right along, aren't we? Let's look at example number 5. Again, we're going to divide first. A negative divided by a positive will give us a negative quotient. 39 divided by 3, 13. Let's bring our negative 15 down again. And again, remember, I'm going to bring this down as an addition problem. So I'm going to keep this negative with the 15. So we have plus negative 15. Here we can see we will add because we have the same signs here. They're both negative. The sign will stay, so we'll have a negative sum, and 13 plus 15 will give us 28. So our final answer, negative 28. Woo! All right. And now word problems. Actually, you guys, I know you're excited to do word problems. Woo! This problem's a little bit long, so I want to skip it today in the lesson, but you will have word problems in your homework. So just be aware of that. Of course, if you have any questions, feel free to email me. We will go over the solutions tomorrow before our 2.3 homework quiz. So page 52, numbers 1 through 15 odd is your homework for tonight. Have a great rest of your day wherever you are. Take care of yourselves. Stay safe. Stay healthy. Mr. Marina signing out. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.